Oh, I've been waiting 10 months for this one, but in this box, I finally have my Steam Deck, the new handheld console from Valve, the people who make Steam, the gaming service. And I cannot wait to get it open. Something a little bit different. We don't normally do tech unboxings on this channel, but who knows? Maybe it's going to be a thing, because this is certainly a piece of tech I am very, very excited for. It is the Steam Deck from Valve, the new handheld console. And anyone who listens to my podcast, the Mature Gamer podcast, which you should, it's great, will know I am a massive fan of handheld gaming. I love handheld gaming. Bearing in mind, I have all the consoles. I always have all the consoles. The ones that get most play are always the handheld ones, going back to the Game Boy way back then in the 90s. I've had obviously the PSP, various variations of the DS, the 3DS, the Vita. The Switch is currently my most played and most loved console, but this has the potential to surpass it because it is handheld, it is portable, and it's basically a gaming PC. If it's as good as I am told it is, I should be able to basically pick anything I want off of my Steam library and play it on the toilet or on the train or in a hotel room or wherever I want. And I am giddy with excitement, so much so that I can't wait any longer. I need to get it open. If you're excited too, make sure you subscribe, turn your notifications on. We do lots of cool nerdy content here on the channel. Have a look around, and of course leave a like on the video to let me know you'd like to see more content like this. Like I say, it's something a little bit different to what we normally do, but I do buy a lot of tech. I am a tech nerd, so if you want to see more tech stuff on the channel, let me know. But we are breaking into, I don't know if there's another box within the box. I've deliberately not watched any unboxings for the Steam Deck. For those of you wondering, I got the middle option of the three options you could choose from at the time of pre-order. I think this is the one with the slightly bigger hard drive that comes with a carry case. I don't know if that means anything to anybody. There you go. It's not actually in a box. It's just straight up in the carry case. Your games are going places, and it's a slightly bigger carry case than what I had for the Switch. I guess that's the power charger adapter thing, and then we've got the big piece of paper with a picture of the device on. Attention, plug in. So step 1 is plug in, step 2 is power on, step 3 there isn't a step 3. So now we've got the big box out of the way. I guess the bit that people want to see most of all is the power adapter. We've got to get the real exciting stuff done first. I assume it's just going to be a USB-C cable. If there's more to it than that, I am a little surprised. It is it's a USB-C power adapter. So I don't know if that's going to be powerful. Presumably it's going to be a nice, powerful one. Like the one on the Switch. Anyone who's got a Nintendo Switch will know that it doesn't tend to like just random like phone chargers. We've got the health and safety stuff in there, so always good to have another one of these. But hopefully the several that I've got around the house for the Switch at the moment will do the job, and we won't need to have multiple of those plugged in as well. There's also supposed to be a docking station that's going to be launching for the Steam Deck that's not currently available, but that will allow you to do things like plug it into a monitor, plug additional peripherals in, controllers, mice, keyboards, that kind of thing. And also, probably most importantly for me as a content creator, be able to plug it into an Elgato, a capture card, which you can't do on the basic kit, which my understanding is it just has the one USB-C connection. We'll check in a moment, which is used for your power to go in. You can just get a powered USB hub off of Amazon to plug most of those peripherals in. The one that I don't think you'll be able to do with a powered USB hub unless you find a really fancy one. And if you found a really fancy one, let me know. I don't know that you'll be able to get a monitor or capture card in without the official dock. We're trying to get that off without tearing it up. Don't know why. Like to keep things nice. We've got the little valve seal thing on there, which I guess once we've broken the seal, we're officially in. The seal is broken. Get ready. Ooh. wrong way. Opens this way, apparently. So, let's have a little look. Oh my word, it's a big boy. Wow, I was not expecting it to be that big. I thought it was, I mean, I can see the case was this big, but that is a big boy. Where's my Switch? I need to do a comparison. Right, this isn't my main Switch. That's in the other room, my OLED one, but this is my original launch Switch, which they are the same size. It's just the screen size is different on the OLED. But comparing the Switch to the Steam Deck, you can see it is a much bigger device. Screen size, I would suggest is probably going to be comparable to the OLED, because on the OLED, there's basically none of the bezel on there. But like I say, my OLED one is not to hand at the moment, but it is really, like I say, I was not expecting it to be so big. I mean, it's not a problem for me because I have massive orangutan hands, but I can imagine for Anna trying to game on something this enormous. It reminds, I'm getting vibes off of the Game Gear. Again, showing my age, but going back to my youth. There was the Game Boy cool kids like me, and then there was those friends who had the Game Gear that liked to show off because it was in color, and the rest of us were like, yes, but it is the size of a hold-all. It's enormous. It's too big to be classed as portable. And this, my goodness me, it is a big, heavy boy. There is a lot of kit here. That entire case is pretty much all taken up with filling this. I don't know if there's not even space underneath to put like the charging cable. I was going to say games, but it's a Steam Deck. You're not going to have cartridges to plug into it. It's all going to be download only. But that is, I mean, it's a very well padded travel case. I just can't get over how big it is. Looking at the ports and whatnot, you've obviously got the headphone port on there. There is your USB-C, which looks like it is the only port you've got on there. So yeah, it is the thing that you'll use for your charger, but also to connect to anything else. I'm not quite sure how a dock would work with the port being on the top, although it looks like we've got, that's an SD card slot maybe in the bottom. I guess when you dock it, there'd be no reason why you couldn't just dock it upside down, because you're not going to be using the controls and stuff if you have it docked. It's just going to be effectively a PC at that point. So before we get it plugged in and turned on, just looking at what we've got there in the way of buttons. I like the fact that the buttons are so high up on the side of it. So although it's a big piece of kit, it actually feels quite comfortable to hold. You can comfortably sit with your fingers on the triggers and still get to the analog sticks, get to all of the buttons. The little touch pads that are on there, less comfortable to get to, but I can't imagine I'm going to use them that much unless it's going to be completely revolutionizing the way I game. What I really like, which you can't really see, is you've got these extra buttons on the back here as well, which again, for someone with massive hands like me, I can comfortably have fingers on triggers, thumbs on analog sticks. On the back, my fingers are still comfortably on those buttons as well. But if my hands were much smaller than they are, I don't know how comfortable that would be. I think we need to get it plugged in and have a look at it in action. Right, I only have one plug socket on top of my desk, so I've unplugged one of the lights. If it goes off, it does have a battery in. If it goes off, we might have to rejig some things, but let's plug that in there. I don't know how much juice it's got in it to start us off. It has made a noise. Let's zoom in as far as we can go. And where's the, so we've got a little charging light that's come on. I guess if we hit the power button, fingers crossed, something happens. Maybe we have to hold the power button. We got a little boop, boop again. Oh, it's turning on. Now, if they were really, really snazzy, I think this is something Amazon do with the Kindles. If they're really, really snazzy, it will already be logged into my Steam. I don't think they're that snazzy, but goodness me, could you imagine if they are that snazzy? I would be quite impressed. I'm waiting for it to turn on. I don't know how long it's going to take to turn on. It's taking a minute, I guess. First time startup and all that. We'll quicken this up, Chris. We'll quicken it up. Impatiently pressing a few buttons just in case I was doing something really dumb, like that is it on and I have to press something to make it go further. That's not the case. I think it is doing a first time startup, so we'll oh, we're on. I was just checking the instructions again. I've definitely followed them, but we are going to have to do some logging in. So for the purposes of logging in, I'm going to do this as much as I can on camera, but obviously for personal information, I will jump off camera. I've just spat water onto it, which is not ideal. So it comes like 3/4 charged by the looks of it. We want to be in English, and we want English time, please. None of this fancy American time. So West Greenland time. There you go. Greenwich Mean Time, please and thank you. Right, we are into the Wi-Fi. So it's got touchscreen on there. We've got touchscreen and button controls. And now it is is it installing Steam, installing an update? Either way, we've got 2 minutes to wait. So we'll Pokemon. Oh, hold on, 1 second remaining. That was fast. The bar's still got a long way to go. We'll be back in a minute. It's nearly done. Don't know what's going to happen when the countdown. Oh, it's shutting down. Perfect. I assume it's going to start back up again. That's what we're hoping for here. We've seen this already. We know what's happening now. We are starting back up. Come on. Do something. I want to play a game. Doing something else now. Certainly already feeling more like a PC than a games console. I remember when I got the Switch for the first time, I'd probably already downloaded a Mario game and started playing by this point. This is very much the long process you get when getting a new PC. And I guess that's what I've got to remember. It is a handheld gaming PC. It is not a games console. Must keep reminding myself of that. Right, we've just restarted again, or at least turned off again. Feels like something's happening. I'm hoping it's restarting. Dare I push the power button in case it's actually turned off? We're going to push the power button. There's definitely something happening in there. I'm not going to push the power button. You can hear the fan. Smell it. It smells like a new computer. I like it. I like the smell. Right, now the fan has stopped. It's coming back on. Hopefully this time we get to see something. Oh! That was a new noise. I feel like we already did this bit. Just blur that. Blur the Wi-Fi out again, Chris. Oh, aha! Right, we can sign into Steam, which obviously you can't watch me do. Right, I think we're logging in. Don't go sending me a load of Steam friends requests. I reject them. Because I give you Football Manager spoilers. There you go, 10 requests on there. Welcome to Steam Deck. Before you start playing, let's take a tour of the device. Press any button or tap the screen to continue. So that's my Steam button. I can access the library, the store, settings and more. Press and hold it for shortcuts. Okay. That's the quick access button, which gives me notifications, friends list, quick settings and more. I don't know what and more is. Power button we're already very familiar with. So we can suspend the Steam Deck up there, which is good. If it does the immediate bringing you back into games, the way the Switch and the Xbox and stuff like that does, that's crucial for a handheld because it's very much pick up and play, quick bursts. Want to be able to pick it up and carry on instantly. And then volume controls, let's put them up as high as they'll go because I want you to be able to hear what's going on. And then micro SD slot. I don't have a micro SD card at the moment. I think this is a 256 gig model. Don't know how much free memory that's actually going to give me, but I can whack some SD cards in there to expand that. Press or tap to continue. Whoa, this is beautiful. So I've got my entire library on here that I can download. Various up to a Football Manager. Obviously we've got to get some Football Manager on there. I mean, it just looks like Steam. It's amazing. I guess I need to set some stuff to download. I mean, the thing I want to download more than anything. Persona 4 Golden. Get downloaded, please. Cannot. Download queued. Just download. Yeah, we're not got time to queue here. Right, I'm gonna get a bunch of stuff to download and then I will show you it in action once I've done that. So I'm just having a look through the menus and it's got all of my Steam library on there. I've got some stuff that's downloading on there now, and it's got this section, Great on Deck, that tells me all the games in my current library that work well on the Steam Deck, which is great. So I'm focusing on those at the moment. When you click a game, so I don't know, let's pick The Binding of Isaac. It has this game info section, which I've got to figure out how to get to, which tells you the compatibility. This is a bad example because it's unknown compatibility, but for all of the games that I've looked at so far, it's told me whether or not they work on the Steam Deck. So I don't know, Bit Trip Runner, there you go. So under game info, it tells me that it's verified that it works on the Steam Deck, so we can use it on the Steam Deck. As an example of one that I didn't download because it said maybe not. One of my favorite games at the moment is, where is it? Dwarf Romantic, which when you go on the game info, it tells you it's playable but not completely verified, and then it tells you why. So you've got the exclamation mark and the little ticks. So the reason it's not considered fully compatible is because it sometimes shows mouse, keyboard, or non-Steam Deck controller icons, but you can actually play it and control it. It just doesn't necessarily have the correct icons showed up on screen. So you can make a decision before downloading games whether or not you want to, which is pretty cool. But we have got some stuff downloaded now, so I think it's only fair that we have a look at something running. I'm trying to think of something that's not going to get me a copyright strike. Right, this is a potential problem with this thing, because I've just gone away to left it to download games and come back, and I've come back, there's still 11 things in my queue, and it's again saying no internet connection. I am literally, right now, I am touching our router. We have very good internet, and this thing seems to keep falling off of it, which is not ideal. Chris, blur it again. See, it says can't reach the internet at the moment. But then when I prompt it to, it just reconnects fine. So it's taking itself offline and then not trying to reconnect. That's annoying. Right. On that basis, probably don't try and play any online games, but I think the game we're going to give it a try with, Aperture Desk Job, which is set in the Portal universe. It's designed specifically for use with the Steam Deck to show it off. We're just going to have a quick look at it just to see how pretty the screen looks. I'm not going to do any gameplay or anything on this. I just want to see how it looks, how it sounds, see how excited I get, and try and pretend the internet thing's not going to be an issue. Well, to be fair, once the games are downloaded, it probably isn't an issue. Oh, it does look nice. Oh, I can look around. Oh, I'm going in a lift. Okay, that looks so pretty. The screen seems better than the OLED Switch. It feels comfortable to control. You know what? We're not going to play loads of gameplay on it. It looks beautiful. It sounds clear. It feels comfortable. It's a massive bit of kit. It's heavy and it keeps falling off the internet. It's clearly far from perfect, but I'm initially, stop it. Initial impression, pretty pleased with the purchase. I need to spend some time with it. Obviously, I can't do that as part of this video. This was really just to show you it, get the box open, show you what it looks like, show you how massive it is. If you want to hear how I'm getting on with it, your best place to do that is to come and find me on stream. I'll no doubt be talking about it over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Delujo. And as soon as I can get one of those docs sorted, I'll stream on it and show you it in action as well. And we can have a little play around doing that. But I think for the purposes of this video, we've got it open. We've seen it in action very briefly. I need to leave it to do lots more downloads and get this video over to Chris so you can see it ASAP. So if you have enjoyed the video, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for maybe more stuff like this, but certainly lots of nerdy stuff and little travel vlogs here and there and lots of goodies over. Explore the channel. There's lots of fun to be had. Thank you very much for watching.